Hello everybody and welcome to the stream. It's JRPG, well I've already lost it. It's Retro Tuesday, where we play a classic of yesteryear and have a chat about some of our favourites. And this week, by popular poll, we are going to be playing Shantae, the classic platformer that was originally released on the Game Boy Color and spawned an entire franchise that continues to this day. The most recent Shantae was just released about a week or two ago on Switch and PS4 and stuff, so we thought it'd be good fun to go back. We've started to do a poll each week in which we will ask people what they would like to see us play, just to give some feedback and help people, help us to kind of choose which ones we want to play and what people are interested in seeing. And Shantae won this time, so we'll give people a moment or two to log in and say hello and whatnot, and then we'll get cracking with it. It's a great platformer. I love it a great deal, and I'm looking forward to playing it. Hello, Did You Ram, and yes, I do indeed play video games sometimes. Sometimes I play video games. I haven't played a platformer on the stream before. You're about to see just how terrible I am at this genre. Unfortunately, I'm really not good at the platformer. Shantae is not so difficult compared to some others out there, but I'm just, yeah. If I was to play a Mega Man game, I would not get very far at all. I might get a bit further with this one, hopefully. But yes, I do enjoy this one for its themes, in terms of its visuals and the character, of course. I'm a big fan of Shantae and the Arabian Nights 1001 Arabian Nights aesthetic and visual traditions and all that kind of stuff. Big fan of all of that, which is why I gave this game a go originally, way back when. I saw the box art, found it very interesting. We don't get that many games that are based on 1001 Arabian Nights. There really are not many at all that use that literary giant of book for a source, and I'm not entirely sure why, because it is such a vibrant, magical kind of setting for fantasy. It's very exotic, and it works well, I think, with the kind of the visceral side of video games, but perhaps the theme sets people off because, you know, Middle East and all the negative connotations that too many people out there have with it, I guess maybe is the problem. But anyway. Well, congratulations, Diddy Ram, on getting that PC. Glad to hear that. I haven't actually checked out that song yet. I do remember that tweet. Got busy today, but I'll definitely go back and check it out. And glad to see that your PC works well. And welcome to the stream, Sean. It is a bit of a hypnotic press start, the way it jiggles. Yes. Yes, I know that you've been asking about Shantae for a while, so hopefully you get a sense of what this one's about. To be fair, this one is quite simple. This was the first game, and it's not just simple because it's on a Game Boy rather than a more advanced console. Definitely WayForward worked out what they wanted to do with his character later on. So this one is not entirely representative of what the overall series does, but it is a good look, I guess, in terms of the visual style and stuff they aim for. No, this is not the R18 version of Arabian Nights. I know what you're talking about. I read that book probably a bit too young, and I read one of the uncensored translations of it. I found it amazing, but at the same time, it was definitely confronting. It's the kind of book I think that a lot of people haven't read it, have thoughts about it, but I don't think they quite realise just how not appropriate for work it is. But let's get going, shall we? Let's press that start button, get rid of the jiggle. We'll see straight away the character of Shantae has evolved quite a lot over the years. This is her original incarnation. She looks a lot different in the more recent Shantae games. I personally have to say that I actually like the older design of Shantae compared to the more modern look. I can't give you a reason why, but I do like this character design. They're all new files. We'll start from the scratch. I haven't actually played this this version, this copy. Now, immediately, as you can see, this game is quite gorgeous for Game Boy Color. I remember reading a long time ago, and I can't remember if my if my memory has fuzzied with time, but I have a strong feeling that one of the problems they had with this game was that it required a very high capacity cartridge for the Game Boy Color, and it was quite expensive to manufacture. So even though they did eventually find a manufacturer to take it on and a distributor, which was Capcom, I believe, even though they did find a publisher to bring it out, they actually only had really limited copies that they could produce. So this game was actually very rare and very hard to get to play. What changed was it became available for digitally download on the Nintendo 3DS as a virtual console title, which is where a lot of people got their chance to play it for the first time. Until that point, it was quite legendary in that it started off the Shantae franchise, but so many people never had the chance to play it. Yeah, the iterations of Shantae have changed significantly over the years. I'm not entirely sure why they did it. Like I said, I prefer the earlier Shantae. I suspect the people at WayForward figured out that the more modern Shantae is more palatable to a broader range of people. They're trying to make the game more accessible, I guess. But, yeah, I prefer this one. Yes, we're going to get to that. I'm probably going to die a lot, Sean. I don't know if you missed my bit at the start. I did say that I'm terrible at platformers. You're about to see just why I will never play Mega Man on this stream. Okay. So, straight away, there's a pirate attack. And we're at Scuttletown because Shantae is the defender of Scuttletown. Not too much to do with cutscenes, but the animation quality of this character is quite gorgeous as well. And so, it's quite a simple start. We just need to dodge cannonballs as they come raining down on us. We work out pretty soon that we've got jump and hair whip abilities. Shantae is the Dark Souls of platformer protagonist. Yes, definitely so. And I just realised I'm probably going to play even worse tonight because I'm actually keeping an eye on the chat as well. And as you saw, I just got walloped by a cannonball. That was because I was distracted momentarily. There we go. Straight away have to use our jump ability. So this works as a little bit of introduction in terms of how the platforming mechanics work. Like most things, they didn't have tutorials back in these days, so they tried to use game design elements to introduce you to the various mechanics. Oh, and then the bridge falls away, and we get to the end of that particular part of the level. Yes, WayForward has always had a real mastery over animation, really, in general. Like, the high resolution, low resolution, whatever they're working on, the thing that identifies a WayForward game for me is just the quality of animation. They did a Blood Rain game a long time ago. It was for PlayStation 3 as a download, and that was the moment I really realized just how good WayForward is with animation when they're working in high resolution as well. And since then, they've definitely been my preferred 2D game developer. So we get introduced to Risky Boots straight away. Yeah, well, this Blood Rain one was not like the 3D ones. It was actually pretty good from memory. It's been a long time since I played it. It's on my PS3 hard drive somewhere, but that was a pretty good Blood Rain game. I don't know if it's available on anything modern. Probably not. Risky Boots is the recurring enemy throughout the Shantae series. A little bit more menacing back then. In more recent ones, she's become a little bit more of a light-hearted fan servicey character herself. But here, she's obviously the pure villain. And now we're fully into the platforming bit. So we've finished our little introduction. The game's nice and efficient in getting us there. And now we need to go about saving the town from this pirate attack. Whoops. And straight away I get hit. It's a good start. So all of these mechanics will be familiar to anybody who's played a Shantae game. Like the basics are all there. The hair whip, like I said. The basic level design's pretty much there as well. The music is very familiar. If anything, a bit like the, a little bit like the character design. I actually prefer the music in the earlier Shantae games to the later ones. Not that I don't like the later Shantae games. I should clarify that. I do enjoy them a great deal, but yeah, I prefer I guess the more classical Middle Eastern riffs that they try and do with the earlier Shantaes. And then there's of course a little butt waggle when she crouches down. That's a very traditional Shantae element. A nice little visual effect there as we transition to the town being on fire. If the sound's a little bit down, I'll try and adjust it just a little bit to make it a little bit louder, because I do want people to hear the music ideally. I think the music's pretty neat. Hopefully that's a little bit louder. I don't want it to override my voice, because I know some people... Well, I don't want my voice to be all muffled out, because otherwise it becomes a whole lot of annoying clashes of sounds. Oops. Okay, so we continue on. Can't go that way, there's a wall there. And there we go. I'm getting trounced by all the little goblin things coming out of the fire. I got that one. I was ready for him. And then we need to climb up the stairs. And transitions back out again. I know it seems like a simple thing, but those transitions between the fiery background and the kind of night background that we've got now to the day one, there was a real vibrancy about this game, which compared to a lot of the other platformers that were available at the time, really felt good. Really had this nice visual touch. It was very immersive in a way, I guess. A lot of the other platformers that were out at this time were ports of Mario Brothers and very low quality, not low quality, but very downgraded ports of Donkey Kong Country from the Super NES and whatever. That's what kind of dominated the Game Boy as far as platformers go. So this Shantae one was a bit of a breath of fresh air, with some really nice visual touches and very high quality production values. It was definitely a work of, a labour of love for the Way Forward team. And I'm still getting trounced by the little goblin things. some nice background effect there as well. So again, giving some texture. Plus that has a platforming effect, as we're about to see. So I need to time my jumps to get up here. It's pretty good. Those are the kinds of things that I usually struggle with with platformers. There we go. Did it in just made one mistake. I feel pretty good about that. I'm making a good quality stream right now. I'm almost looking like a platformer pro. Not really. Really not really. Where are we going? We're still going left. And that's the first, I guess, friendly non-player character that we come across, and he is another recurring one that we see in just about every other Shantae. Well, we do see in every other Shantae since. You were promised death. I'm sure I'm getting to it. I am sure of it. Steam engines. What would you call 1001 Arabian Nights / steampunk game? I would love to see that. Middle Eastern steampunk. There's a genre that's been very untapped. If I ever get a chance to make a AAA blockbuster game, that'll be what I make. So I have to get this steam engine back, so old man's not going to be able to fight much. So let's get Shantae and her hair whip of doom into things. That's how you run. I forgot how you run for a second there. You do a hair whip and then hold the button. Worth remembering that back in these days, the Game Boy Color had 2 buttons, so they had to try and fit a lot of things into. And I've been trying to just walk everywhere. You can run. Just have to hold the attack button. The things you forget when you don't play games like a game like this for a while. Let's grab a heart, get my health back. And we've transitioned back today, so it's been a pretty short night really. Rolled over in just a couple of minutes. That looks like a boat, doesn't it? Looks like we've managed to make our way to Risky Boots' boat. Here we go. So, extortion, of course, excuse me. I play so many RPGs and visual novels and adventure games or whatever on this stream. It's actually quite nice to be playing a game that just doesn't have much plot to go through. I don't need to fill the gaps with long conversations and explanations and whatever else to try and mix up what's happening on the screen, because the action on the screen is just enough all by itself. Spank this one extra hard for mummy. Okay, that's a choice line. I think the earlier Shantae games were a little bit, well, they weren't risque by any means, but they were a little bit more edgy in terms of the humour they had. The more recent ones, I think WayForward's tried to slowly pitch the series at every age's audience, and the earlier games come across as a little bit more edgy as a result now. Anyway, now we have to deal with cannonballs. But of course... Oh, I forgot what I need to do here. What do I do? What do I do? I've actually forgotten if I need to... I think I just need to dodge them. And I'm not very good at that either. Oh, that's what I need to do. I think I need to hit that, don't I? Okay. There we go. That's the tactics I need for this boss battle. Nice and easy. Oh, I didn't know. Well, thanks for that, Sean. I just lost a life because you... No, I didn't realise that. They were trying to build it up into a broader range thing. That makes, I guess, a lot of sense. I think I need to hit them while they're up there. That'd be pretty cool. I'd be pretty happy to see a... I'd be pretty happy to see a animated Shantae. That'd be pretty neat. But yeah, it would have to be pitched young. Finally. Yeah, you did it to me. It was all your fault. And we just completed the first level. Good on me. That's where we discover that she's only a half genie for the first time in the lore of the Shantae universe. Yeah. I've long said that one thing I would love to see is for the developers to break Shantae out from the platformer genre a little bit. I think that they make very fine platformers and WayForward really knows their stuff there, but I think the character deserves a little bit more. I think that there's a narrative angle that they could take with Shantae that they just haven't because of the limitations of the genre that they work in. And I think a Shantae kind of more free-roaming adventure game or a RPG or something like that would really suit the character. And I think that would be the best way for them to go forward, because the most recent Shantae is not quite up to the standards of the previous ones. It feels like they're losing a little bit of their of their sense of inspiration for the series. So perhaps a new genre is the way to go forward. Where's my Steam engine? It's an Epic exclusive now. That's good. Steam engine. See, I told you could do a steampunk Shantae thing quite easily with the existing lore they've already worked on. That's kind of pitched, I think, where the series is about. So, steampunk 1001 Arabian Nights. It's a thing. It would work. And so just like that, maybe I need to go this way. So in the more recent Shantae games, you do get the ability to wander around the town when you're not doing level stuff. With this one, it's more just a menu-driven thing. You can buy items, and you can admire Shantae's very lovely back. She's got a very lovely back, actually. I know that sounds like a weird thing to say, but for a character in a harem costume, I guess the back is pretty important. Anyway, let's stop being distracted by that. Let's go to the save room, as we were told to. There's the old perv. He's also a common character to all the Shantae games. He's always this creepy old dude. Saves your game for you. So I mean, some of the context, the back fetish confirmed that it, yes, definitely. I haven't posted enough photos, screenshots of Hatsune Miku's back yet, obviously. Otherwise, it's been a mystery until this point. There is context, I guess, to make this series RPG-ish already. You can see that, I mean, they've got item shops and all these other kind of little things, bits and pieces in terms of the structure of the game, where it could work as it could be adjusted to work as an RPG relatively easy. There's a nice dancing room. We haven't got to that point just yet, but Shantae eventually learns little dances and uses that for magic. All of her magic powers are driven through her ability to dance, which is just cool. That's where all magic comes from. Good dance. Oh, what am I doing? See, she can do a good dance there. But anyway, that comes later on. We need to go to Watertown, which is out Scuttletown gates, I believe. It has been a while since I last played this game. I might be off in what I'm doing. But I'm pretty sure I need to go this way. And now I really am going to show how bad I am at platforming games. So later Shantae titles Metroidvanias in the sense that you do have a lot of backtracking to do, free roaming, and to an extent you have... Oh, there we go. One death down. To an extent you have some freedom to the order in which you do things as well. Can be varied. So that's a little bit less in this game. Quite a lot less, actually. But yeah, it's worth remembering if you are interested in playing a Shantae game in the future, it is worth remembering that these games have a slightly different direction in that they they become much more Metroidvania-like. Oh, come on. Out of nowhere, he comes out of the dirt. Hey, hey, hey. And our Scarecrow's out of the dirt as well, out of the background. One of these days on the stream I'll play Haunted Castle, which is the arcade Castlevania. And it is brutally hard as it is. And I love everything about it except for the fact I can't even get past the first level of the thing. You'll really see just how bad I am at platformers when I play Haunted Castle. But I don't think anybody can possibly be good at Haunted Castle. I think it's actually impossible to be good at that game. Go away. I'm just hoping I'm going in the right direction, because if I'm also going in the wrong direction, this is going to be really bad. There's a thing up there that I can collect later on. Again, you need special abilities, so Shantae's magic allows her to eventually jump up there and grab that, which will increase her health. And we're about to transition to night again. One thing you can definitely say about this game is it never gets dull. There is never a point... Oh dear. 2 down. 2 lives down. There's never a point where it doesn't feel like you're going somewhere with this game. It always transitions nicely between things. That's what I thought. Nobody can be possibly good at Haunted Castle. There's just no way that you can be good at that game. It's designed to be the cruelest thing you can possibly imagine. Let's just run through here. Well, I don't know why I'm fighting those things. I can just run. Just avoid them. Oh, come on. Give me a break. So I'm back here. Maybe if I just run through these guys as well. Ah, there was one there waiting for me. I'm about to lose another life. No, I got to the end. just with half a health left. And now I'm in a different place. Spiders now. Which is great. Spiders and these things. Just roll down and kill me. Excellent! Last life. This is really embarrassing. Maybe you won't get to see too much about of Shantae after all, because I'll just keep dying. Be game over in a second. Why is he not dying? Ah! Yeah, I needed that health. Ideally, I would really like to get to a save point before I lose this last life. Because otherwise I'm going to go through the whole thing again. More recent Shantae games are also a little bit more generous on the restarts if you lose lives, which is certainly good for a person like me. Sliding down that slippery dip. Ah, there we go. Yeah, it would be. It actually would make a lot of sense that if there was a Shantae dancing game, because it does suit the character actually. A big part of her characterization is about her dance powers. And the music's good too. It would make for a very good rhythm game. They collected all the music from the various games together. That would be a lot of fun. There we go. I actually made the save point, so there. And now I'll discover that I went the wrong direction. I needed to go the other way after leaving town. Frogs. This does seem like it would be getting close to Watertown, wouldn't it? All the water that we're seeing. Oh, don't know what I'm doing there. That was just stupid. Okay, so we're jumping. I believe we probably need to jump. Ah, we need to cross over there, of course. And I can't. Why not? Die, froggy. I did eventually kill him. Go me, go me. I seem to be a little bit stuck right now. I'm not entirely sure where I need to go. Possibly. Oh, that's right. I can use the branch. So, I mean, one thing I did find that I have found difficult with this game, and obviously I still find challenge and I forget, is sometimes the background and the foreground meld together, and it can be a little bit difficult to see exactly what you can jump on and interact with and what you can't. That was one weakness, I guess, with this game, but I think the trade-off was worth it because it does set a lovely visual scene. See if I can jump on those. When we transition today, it is a little bit easier to see what you're doing during the daytime, I find. Oops! That'll be game over. At least we get treated to a lovely, large sprite of Risky Boots when we get the game over. That kind of art was not... that would not have been cheap for Game Boy Color development back in those days. The amount of detail in it. Luckily we did save. So, oh, come on. I don't need to save again. Anyway, now we should have 4 lives. We should be able to make it through this time. The morning sun arrives and vanquishes the night. Dark Souls. How good would a Shantae Dark Souls like be? That would be so great. I would love that. Good, hard, difficult fighting game thing. RPG thing with all kinds of weapons and scimitars and all those kinds of Middle Eastern themed weapons and tools. And of course Shantae's hair as a last resort. I remember what I need to do now. Oh no! Stupid me. Oh dear. Yeah, I don't know why she can't just spin her. I mean, if her hair is that deadly that she can use it in as a whip, why can't she just use it as a helicopter blade as well? That would make sense, wouldn't it? Oh, get lost, frog thing. As you can see, as Sean mentioned earlier right at the start when he joined, it is the one of the weaknesses of the game is that it is a little bit difficult to see around you. WayForward's tried to do their best by giving you little indications of where there's things that you can fall off and whatever, but it is difficult because the sprite's so big and zoomed in. It can be a little bit difficult when you've got to do especially the vertical platforming to actually see where you can move, which it's not great design, but it was a product of its time, I guess. They fixed that for more recent Shantaes. It's much easier to see around. They've zoomed the character out a bit too. Oh, those snakes. Endlessly spawning snakes. They should be getting close to the end of this little area. And we did it! Only one set of lost lives. We managed to make our way to Watertown. Now we can admire Shantae's back at night. Yeah, that's a bit of irony for you, isn't it, Diddy Ram? They've taken the focus off Shantae to put the focus on the world, but really, actually, everybody only wants to see more Shantae. It is true that most Game Boy and Game Boy Color platformers had the same problem. I actually really like the Game Boy Color port of Super Mario Brothers because it has all these little extras. It's a really good quality, handheld remake of the classic. But definitely the actual Mario Brothers, because they've zoomed it in, it's actually harder to see around and get around the game. So it actually plays a little bit more difficultly than it does on the NES. But yeah, the other option is that you have a small character with a good view of the world, and then you get Super Mario Land, which doesn't have too much personality to it because Mario's so tiny in it. Also enjoy that game, but yeah, it definitely is a trade-off. All the old Game Boy and Game Boy Color games were a game of trade-offs for developers because there was no way to do everything exactly as you'd like. You were really limited by the hardware and technology limitations. So it was just an endless process of trading off one thing for another. Okay, so we've saved. Bathhouse sounds good to me. So kill worries away. Let's jump in the bath, Shantae. There we go. Unfortunately not as lewd as it could have been, I guess. But it does heal you, you see? It's a healing thing. 12 fireflies to brighten things up, and then you'll get that, which is pretty obviously important. I didn't want to go back in there. Item shop. Bolo's Gazebo. That's the guy I need to talk to. I think another reoccurring character that will show up in... One of the things with the Shantae series is it's 5 games strong, but they really do stick to very safe traditions across the series. All the characters return from one to the next. The same personality. They don't really try to innovate too much with most of this stuff. So a lot of what you see in this original Shantae, you'll still see in later ones. It's not like Final Fantasy where they only take a couple of elements from one to, across the whole series. Even the level design and the layout of the world will be very familiar if you go and play another Shantae after playing this one. The dribble fountain, that sounds good. I accidentally scrolled through that fast, but Bolo said she was pretty, so he gave away all the directions to Risky Boots. What a perv. Okay, so we've got our next job. We need to backtrack a bit to get to Dribble Fountain. Hi Britta, thanks for joining the stream. Yes, I'm glad you had a chance to watch this. We've talked about Shantae in the past. We do like Shantae. Stupid snakes. I want a heart thing. Give me a health thing. Oh. Ah yes, just in time. Last one. Got lucky. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of Shovel Knight, and I think the reason is simple. It's too gameplay focused for me. As you've seen, and amply from tonight, from the last 50 minutes of play, I'm really not good at this genre, and for me to actually find a game in it interesting, it needs to have something other than just good quality platforming mechanics. I certainly recognise that Shovel Knight has good quality platforming mechanics and is much better quality game as such. But Shantae has the character, so it's really that has me into the series. And it plays well enough for my needs as far as the genre goes. And I think that's it. I certainly recognise that there are better platformers as just pure platforming out there. I mean, the obvious ones, including the top quality Donkey Kongs and Marios and whatever, they're obviously much better platformers. But for me, I just did something very silly then. But for me, they don't have the same level of character, so I can't think of any other platformer I enjoy more simply because of the characterization. Plague Knight. I don't know if I've even heard of Plague Knight. I haven't played Hollow Knight yet, and I do want to play that. I know that's meant to be very good, and I really should, because that's an Australian-developed game, and Australian Solidarity, Game Developer Solidarity, I should play that, but I haven't yet. Oh, every time. You'd think I'd learn. If there's a water fountain, there's a chance that one of those head things are going to pop out and get me. Every single time. I let them get me. Ay, ay, ay. I think people just think knight is a cool word. To be honest, I think that's what it is. Oh, okay. I want to play the Shovel Knight card game add-on thing that they had. Can't remember what that was called, but I thought that looked pretty neat. Card Knight. Yeah, Card Knight. That's the right thing. That's the logical thing to call it anyway. I don't know if it is actually called Card Knight. Ah, don't kill me, snakes. Please don't kill me. I'm nearly at the exit. I think. Don't let that frog get me. Yes, I got there. So that's a firefly. I think that's a firefly. I need to collect like 12 of them to get that piece of paper that was in that Bolo Town, Water Town thing. There we go. That's the place I needed to get to, so a bit of backtracking there. And we get access to a dungeon. Oh. Are you serious? There's a steampunk Arabian setting visual novel. What's that called? That sounds perfect for me. Oh. That'll be a struggle. I'll give it a go, though. What's it called? She's so difficult. Risky Boots. And now I can't get any further, so I guess I'll have to go talk to Bolo out here again. Maybe he'll be able to help me out. And he's disappeared too. Good-o. There's a save statue here. Might as well give it a quick save. Excellent. This game sounds better and better to me. I'll give that a go. Thanks, Diddy Ram. I actually can't remember what I need to do right now. I'm assuming that I can't do anything about this. So I'm guessing I need to go back to town. Damn it. There's a lovely art of Shantae right there. Yeah, honestly, I can't remember what I need to do at this point in time. It's been obviously too long since I last played this game. I think that means your is in the colloquial your, I guess. That would be my bet anyway. There we go. Oh, and all I got from that is a little bit of cash. Go away. Let's explore. Oh, damn it. Maybe that's where I need to go anyway. Let's just check. There is a staircase there. Or a ladder. Little devils. Yeah, I don't know because she disappeared down that gap and I don't remember where she went. I think I've just... That's a shortcut. That can't be a shortcut. This is a new area. Let's just skip past the green guy. Bug risky mechanics. I'm pretty sure that I've been through here. I'm going to go back to that risky place, well, the place where Risky disappeared, and see if I can't do something to make it reappear. Because I don't think this is it. Whatever that's a shortcut to, I don't need it right now, I don't think. Now, if I can just avoid that frog thing, knock it out anyway. Get some treasure. Do a dance. And I have no idea, because they said that Bolo said he was going to wait out here, and he's not. He's gone. He's disappeared. All that's over this side is the save statue. Shantae, a dating simulator, would be great. I did say that I'd like to see Shantae in some other kind of gameplay experiences. A dating simulator would certainly work. As you'll find out in later Shantae games, there's actually quite a few other half genies as well. So, actually, the kind of the romance simulator would definitely work in. Try jumping up and going in. Well, I don't think so. Oh, there we go. I just needed to whip it. Whip it good. Wow, that just showed my age. To quote that song. We're making progress now. So, thanks for that, Sean. Got devolved. I'm glad I'm not the only person that actually got that song reference as well. So, thank you for making me feel like I'm not just an old dude. I'm a millennial now, and millennials are meant to feel old now, apparently. We're meant to hate the Gen Zs because they're the young ones. Go away. Oh dear, I got zapped. Another life lost. You're getting what you wanted, Sean. You're getting bloodbaths. Maybe let's not go that way just now. There's a lock there. So this game does have some Metroidvania elements, I guess. They're just not too extreme. Later games are much more complex about this stuff. Well, I'm not going back that way. Oh, water enemy. Run. I guess I have to defeat it. Mid-level boss. We all love the mid-level bosses. Bugger off. I don't know how to defeat this mid-level boss. Yay, hit it! 2 down. 3 down. Come on, up. 4 down. 5 down. Dead. Oh, you're you're a zoomer. I'm meant to dislike you, Dizzy Ram. I'm meant to look down my nose at you through my glasses because I can't see properly anymore because my eyes are all aged. Oh, that looks like a nasty enemy. Oh, he's just sucking. Go away. Show no fear, Shantae. No fear. Yeah, I'm just joking. Glasses are... I'd actually wear glasses too, but... And have since school as well. That glasses are a sign of age is definitely a boomer joke anyway. Okay. So I've got a squid thing. If you collect enough of those, you will get extra health for Shantae. It's kind of a leveling system of a sort. Big hearts. Yeah, you'd think that they would do an anime of Shantae. For a Western developed character, Shantae is very anime in tone. See, this stuff I can't stand about any platformer at all. I hate actual platformers in platforming. They just annoy me. It's just so arbitrary level design. I mean, it makes no sense in the context of anything that's going on in the game. And then you have to jump from one thing to another. Ooh, I got a life. Yeah, Crash was not terrible. There was a game that's similar to Crash that I quite enjoy as well, which is the Donald Duck Going Quackers. I like Donald Duck as a character, and I know he's Disney and I'm not meant to, but I do anyway. And yeah, he's got a Crash clone, which is good fun. I did genuinely enjoyed Donald Duck Going Quackers. We need to fall down here. Oh dear. That's great. I actually forgot the pattern. There was a pattern displayed up there and I can't remember it. I wonder if there's a way I can get back. I guess I go through here. Ah. So if you don't remember the pattern, you got to go through all the platforming again. Okay, we can do that. Okay, so fish, squid, snail. Fish, squid, snail. Fish, squid, snail. Fish. Oh, I ended up getting it right. Do I think Nintendo will make an art game? Nintendo had this great series of art games, genuine art games. They were kind of puzzlers. They were quite simple. They were called Bit Generations on the GBA, but then they released them on WiiWare and 3DS as, what was it called? Art Style. And some of my favourite puzzle games are those art style games. They're not narrative driven art games, but they are certainly interactive visuals is the way to put them, I guess. I got a key now. So I guess I got to go back. There wasn't anything the other way. So let's go back. Find a shortcut. Big treasure. Big treasure. Big treasure. And the shortcuts. Ah, that's that one. There we go. Use the key to unlock the door. Oh, that's great. What do I do? What do I do? How do I make the jump? I can't jump. Good one, Matt. Game over. That'll teach me. I suspect I needed to get some kind of special ability at that point, but I don't think I had it at that stage. And now I have to go through that whole thing again. But I think we'll call an end to this stream right there, because otherwise it's going to get very frustrating. And we've been playing for over an hour anyway. Thank you very much for watching me play this platformer. I hope my platforming skills were not so terrible you rolled your eyes too much. It was good fun. It's been great fun catching up on Shantae. If you haven't played a Shantae game before, oh, run. There you go. Oh, what the hell? Let's give it a go. I was gonna stop, but we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it work now. It's a noob wrench. There you go. Well, I'm a noob. Anyway, I know what I need to do now, so we'll make it quick. Unfortunately, I have to go and get... Good one, man. Unfortunately, I need to go and get that key again, but hang with me. We'll make progress from this set of lives if I don't fall down too many more of those things. Now, see, now I really want to get through it. That's the thing. I really want to get my way through now. So, I'm going to do it. Let's defeat the blob. Mid-level boss, whatever you want to call her. Come on. Just go away. Simple as that. Shouldn't take me too long, now that I know all the tricks. Walk backwards. Crawl backwards, I mean. It's pretty cool, Shantae. Pretty cool. Alright, so we'll have to go through that annoying platforming bit again, but thankfully it's not too much. Especially since I remember the pattern now. Shantae's platforming gets much... she gets much better at her platforming with later games as well, actually. She gets much more springy and... it makes the platforming a little bit more interesting. It wouldn't have worked on the Game Boy Color, of course, because as it is, it's hard enough to see a far distance away from the character. Squid, snail now. So it does change each time. Squid, snail. Squid. Squid. Snail. Give me the key. Huh? It was squid, snail, wasn't it? It was squid, snail. I didn't see that wrong. I don't think. Or did I? Oh, it's... yeah, it's octopus, snail. Octopus, snail. Maybe I already have the key. I think I maybe already have it, actually. Yeah, that must be what it is. It does say that I've still got the squid character, so I guess that's it. That's right. We're right back where we need to be anyway, so... Is Shantae... Well, I mean, she's Middle Eastern, so I guess so. What was that famous statistic? I can't remember what the exact number was, but some obscene number of Americans are actually for the bombing of Agrabah, which is the, you know, the city in Aladdin, which is obviously completely fictional. But just on the name, the sound of the name alone, there are a huge number of people think those should be bombed. Okay, door is unlocked. Alright, so now I can do this the right way. Ready, set, run. Bang, 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 bang. I did it right now. Whoa. So we're back making progress now. Oh dear. Fiery things. I'm guessing that's the right way to go. Or we go down this way. Plenty of places to explore. No, nothing I can go that way just yet. Later on, we go this way. Oh, that looks dangerous. Uh-oh. I timed that very wrong. Let's try that again, shall we? So we'll shoot 2 and then 1. But 1 and then 2. 2. Long pause. 1. 2. Long pause. That's the timing. Of course I get hit by the next enemy that comes. The next fireballs. Hey, yay. And all of that, there's a lock there. Bloody hell. I might as well just get hit by these things. Lose a life, accept it, and then move on. Alright, let's go back. Nothing that way for us just yet either. Need to find the unlock key. Fine. Ah, for goodness sakes. Take it a bit more carefully now. I'll take it a little bit more carefully just so I can try and actually make some progress. Alright. So we're back where we were. I guess we do need to go up right now. Oh, well, this is annoying platforming, it is. Yeah. There we go. Ah, for goodness sakes. There we go. So, we're back where I lost that life last time. And if I be a little bit more careful this time, hopefully we'll make progress. Oh, for goodness sakes. One, two, three. 1. 1, 2, 3. Long pause. 1. 1, 2, 3. Long pause. 1. There we go. That's the right timing. And I needed those health. Right. 1. 1, 2, 3. 1. Long pause. Yep. So 1, 2, 3. Full health back. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. There we go. So we've got octopus and 3 snails. Oh, key. And that'll be the key to that place down the bottom that we just were at. So, very clever level design here. One, 1, 2, 3, 1. Long pause. 1, 2. 1, 1, 2. Long pause is after the 2. 1, 2. Bingo. I'm getting better at that. Locked door. So there was another puzzle there, but I guess we need to... Locked door there. Locked door there, and I'm not quite sure where the solution to that puzzle was. Oh dear. Lost my last life. Anyway, that's it. I'm definitely done now, because I have to go right back to the start of that dungeon. Thanks everybody for tuning in, and I hope that was enjoyable. If you haven't played the Shantae game before and want to give it a go, I definitely recommend one of the more new ones, simply because they are a little bit more reasonable on even people who have no platforming skill like me. The save points are better placed and it's just a little bit fairer. But definitely give them a go. They're great fun. They've got really good quality character design, great graphics, great music. It's all good fun. So definitely one of my favourite platforming series. Thanks as always for tuning in. We will see you at the next stream, which will be Friday nights, where we do DDNet After Dark, something a little bit more adult or whatever, maybe more Tokyo Dark, which we have been playing the last couple of weeks. Hope you have a great week otherwise, and we'll see you next time.